Hello, this is Anton from Slexen. In this video I'm gonna show you the functions of Perfecto. Perfecto is a site that allows you to conduct manual and scripted tests. Interaction with Perfecto starts from this menu. Let's start with manual testing, when we can remotely use the browser of the selected virtual machine. In the site menu we see some sections. We are in the reset section, where we can see the list of devices from which we started sessions. For each device, we can see its name, operation system, browser, and the versions, and status. All devices presented here are in the available status. We can filter devices. For this you need to select parameters from the drop-down list. As you can see, there are other device statuses. In use status means that the session on this device is already running. In addition to filtering, you can use search. You can search by any of the device parameters. For example, you can enter an OS version or a name. You can also view additional device parameters by clicking the information button and then the device you are interested in. You can switch between tabs. Capabilities gives you device parameters that can be read using different programming languages. This is useful if you are accessing devices through the API. Let's move on to the web section. Here you can choose which device, OS, and browser to run the test from. Let's create a session of Windows 11 on the Chrome browser of the latest official version and in Full HD resolution. Interaction with the virtual browser is the same as with a local one. You can close the context menu with the right mouse button. Various keyboard shortcuts work here for highlighting all text, copying and pasting. Anything you copy to the VM will be stored in the device's local buffer, meaning you can use the data outside of the VM. The same rule applies in reverse. You can paste locally copied text into the virtual machine. Let's enter the Salesforce site into the search query. After entering, we can press enter, after which the request will be processed. Open the site and press the button Try for free. We can enter text into fields as well as select options from drop-down list and work with checkboxes. During manual testing, you may need to take screenshots. To do this, click the appropriate button. At the end of the session, you need to click on the stop button. You can mark a test as passing or failing, or you can choose not to save the test results. For example, let's save the test as a paste. Enter the name of the test. Now you can click the End Test button. If you want to immediately start a new test, press the corresponding button. Click on the End and Release device. The Virtual Devices section is similar to the web, but mobile devices are represented here. Unlike a PC, the phone can manage not only the browser, but the entire mobile space. Let's see the details of the test we just made. To do this, go to the Test Analysis section. Here we see general statistics, how many tests there are, as well as how many of them failed and passed. A general list of all tests in this table. We can see the properties for each test. If necessary, you can customize the list of columns yourself. To do this, click this button. You can also download test data in CSV format. Now let's set up the view. With the view, you can change the structure of this entire page and then save it. To do this, click on the Configure View button. Let's choose today's test. We can customize grouping. For example, let's group by browser. In the left window, we see a list of groups. By clicking on a specific group, the test will be filtered. Okay, let's save this view now. To do this, click the Save button on the right or left side of the page. Let's enter a name. Now let's display the test run in the last 7 days. We can click the Save button, which will override the current view, or save with a new name. To do this, select the Save View As button from the drop-down menu. Now let's see the details of the test we performed. We are now in the screenshots tab. We took the screenshot during the manual test. Let's switch the tab to video and play it. If you want, you can expand the video to full screen. You can download test data. To do this, click the download button. Here you can choose the data format. Click this button to view test details. You can integrate the test with Jira. Use this button to create a bug. Okay, this concludes the review of test analysis. Let's take a look at scriptless automation. Here are the projects. The project is a site and a list of tests for it. Let's create a project. Enter the required data. As in manual testing, we will consider the Salesforce website. Let's choose a platform and create a project. The script consists of a list of commands that interact with the site. The commands are on the left side of the screen. First, the test is initialized. The navigation to the previously specified page occurs. The test ends with the finished command. We are on this command, but the test is not over yet, because there is an endpoint here. If we click on delete endpoint, the script will start following the next steps and finish. Now we will not delete the endpoint. Let's add a block click command. Click on the block to which we want to link the command. If you choose the cross, you will exit the block control mode. Let's press the click button. The command was added to the panel on the left and then executed by the system. Now let's enter some text in the field. To do this, select the input, enter the text and then press enter on the keyboard. Let's choose a country. Click on the field, then on the button for expanding to the drop-down list and select the desired value. After that, press enter again. Clicking on a checkbox is similar to clicking on a block. To finish the test, let's remove the endpoint. Now, let's run the script. Okay, the script repeated the commands and ended. We can also set up the command list in Canvas. Here is a sequence of commands. Let's remove the text input. Now we have split the sequence. We can merge broken sequences. Well, we're done with that. Thanks for watching and have a good day.